From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Good morning, 4 a.m. here on this Monday, August 10th. We appreciate being with us here on Daybreak. We're under that weather alert because some portions of the state getting hit right now.
Yeah, some strong storms this morning rolling through from Illinois, northwestern Indiana. There's a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings already here early this morning. Don't think there's going to be a widespread issue here. In fact, we're hopeful that a lot of this will start to kind of diminish over the next hour or so, but this will likely stay well north of the metro area. It's really the only game in town for now. 77, it's actually clear here in the city. Southwest wind at 11. It is super muggy right now. 76 Muncie, 72 Richmond, 75 Columbus, and 76 in Columbus. Storm Track 8 Futurecast as we go hour by hour. You saw that first cluster kind of diminishing mid to late morning, then a lot of the afternoon quiet. We'll see some more development by post-dinner time, and this is we're going to have to watch carefully for more strong storms tonight. We have a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather across all of central Indiana for this evening. We'll talk more about that in a bit. 91 for your high today with a feels like temperature over 100 before that next round of storms rolls through.
Your day moves fast. Your news should too. That's why there's a new and improved Wish TV app bringing you more local news, breaking alerts, live streaming, weather forecasts, radar, and Indiana sports all in one place. Customize your news feed to see the stories that matter most to you and get the information you need when you need it. Download the new and improved Wish TV app today on iOS or Android and take News 8 with you everywhere.
IMPD says one person is dead and another is severely injured after a crash on US 31 on the city's south side early this morning. This is a live look at a parking lot near the intersection of US 31 and Stop 11 Road. Police first said this was a hit and run, but then when they got to the scene, they found at least one vehicle involved in the crash. Police say they do believe alcohol was a factor in that crash, and we'll bring you updates as we learn more on air and online at wishtv.com. Happening today in Indianapolis, the City County Council will decide whether to override the mayor's veto of a wheel tax increase. The proposal would increase vehicle taxes to pay for road repairs. Mayor Joe Hogsett vetoed the proposal last month, saying the city could find the money in other places. The council could override the veto during today's meeting, but council leaders say right now they do not have the votes. The city council is also expected to vote tonight on a proposed data center moratorium. If approved, the city would not accept any new data center applications through 2027. The city says the plan would allow time to evaluate the impact of these developments and potential regulations. The Metropolitan Development Commission would then consider the moratorium as early as August 19th. The council's meeting is set for 7 tonight inside the City County building. Wish TV is your education station. Many students across central Indiana are heading back to school again this week. Indianapolis Public Schools start today. Carmel Clay Schools go back on Wednesday. In our 6 o'clock hour, our own Hernan Gutierrez will be live with the superintendent of IPS, and at 7, we'll have an in-studio interview with the superintendent of Lawrence Township Schools. The Indiana State Fair is closed today, but state police are investigating a stabbing at the fairgrounds over the weekend. Troopers say it happened at a food booth near the Coliseum just before 10:30 Saturday night. Investigators say an employee slashed a 20-year-old food vendor with a knife. That person was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Authorities say 37-year-old Stephen Mims ran off before troopers arrived. They later found him in the attic of an East Side home. He is now under arrest for attempted murder, resisting law enforcement, and escape from home detention. Officials say they're working to make sure you're staying safe at the fair. Leaders with the fair young people without an adult must show their IDs to get into the fair. If you're under 18, you need to be with a chaperone that is 25 years old or older on weekends after 4, on weekdays after 6 p.m. Metal detectors are also installed at every entrance, and knives and guns are not allowed inside.
We are taking all precautions seriously. We want to make sure that they do feel safe, so we are making sure that all of our guests and all of those fairgoers that come in our gates are really not carrying any weapons with them.
Other safety protocols include limiting bag sizes to 9 by 10 by 12 and allowing diaper bags but not coolers. Indiana State Police are also patrolling the fairgrounds. One person is dead after a fatal crash on the city's northwest side. It happened just before 8:30 last night at the intersection of Georgetown Road and Oak Forge Drive. Police say a motorcycle and an SUV crashed into each other. The motorcyclist died at the scene. The driver of the SUV stayed and cooperated with police. 2 people are hospitalized after an apartment fire on the northeast side. A 58-year-old woman called 911 and said she was trapped on the second floor of the burning building on Dixon Road around 9:30 Saturday morning. Indianapolis firefighters pulled her from her bedroom. She was taken to the hospital in serious condition. A teenager was taken to Riley Hospital to be evaluated. The fire department says 10 people were evacuated, but no one was displaced. The family of a man who died after a police shooting is demanding transparency and accountability. Dallas Jett died after a confrontation with IMPD on July 22nd. The department says it will eventually release the body camera footage, but Wish TV's Justin Razavi talked to his family, and they say they're done waiting.
The family of Dallas Jett is asking for full, unedited body camera footage of his encounter with police to be released so they can understand the facts surrounding his death.
We just want to see what happened to our son.
21-year-old Dallas Jett died after an exchange of gunfire with police the night of July 22nd. According to IMPD, officers were called to the 8000 block of 37th Street for a disturbance, and that's when they encountered Jett on the street outside a home. Police say Jett shot at officers and then officers returned fire, striking him. Jett was later pronounced dead at Methodist Hospital, and 2 IMPD officers were wounded in the exchange. Friday evening at Hovey Street Church in Indianapolis, Jett's parents said they want clarity on what led to his death.
Our family is asking for justice, the full truth, arrived through the proper process, without speculation or alternative narratives. The past few days have been very painful for us. Along with grieving for our son, we have watched opinions spread faster than facts. Our focus is not on answering every rumor. It is in honoring Dallas, his life, and allowing the truth to become known.
Jett's family said they not only want the entire body cam footage from all officers involved, but also police dispatch audio, in-car video, and radio traffic. In a statement, IMPD said it's offered Jett's family the opportunity to review body cam footage, but that the viewing has been temporarily postponed to protect the integrity of the investigative process. I'm Justin Razavi for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Governor Mike Braun declared a new energy emergency to extend the state's gas tax holiday without the approval of the legislature. 2 members of Indiana's best political team believe the governor was likely within his rights but disagree on the politics. They discussed that issue in this week's episode of All Indiana Politics.
Braun has made it very clear that his focus is on affordability. This is important to Hoosiers. It's an important issue across our nation. There are many, many different reasons why a governor would suspend the gas tax. So I think that focusing in on the fact that he did it and that he is listening and leading is more important than the why.
Lindsay?
Yeah, I'm not an attorney. I have no take on the legalities of his rubric for this particular reasoning. But I would tell you, it is important to involve the legislature on all of these conversations. I seriously hope that Governor Braun has included his legislative leadership on this conversation, specifically as we're dealing with revenue streams that affect Indiana taxpayers and also affect our local road decisions as well. And that's important to make sure we're including everyone. So I certainly hope that he's threaded the needle there. I'm so glad that he's taken affordability as his core issue. We need to work on utility bills, and I know we'll get to that next.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm hopeful that the affordability push continues, but let's remember those revenue streams.
What about the optics of it all, though? Because for months he had said, hey, I can't do it, and then all of a sudden, boom, he can do it.
Yeah, I mean, never throw it on me to figure out the rubric behind Todd Rokita's viewpoints on this, but I'm told that that's the word of God, so that's, I guess, how we're operating. That's not a decision I would make, but here we are.
Are you concerned, Chuck, about the optics, the way this looks?
I think that the governor has made it very, very clear that he is going to make locals whole, which is important, but I also think that he is dedicated to making sure that whatever he does is done through the lens of affordability, and we do have to keep that in mind.
You can see in-depth conversations like this every Sunday on All Indiana Politics. It airs at 9:30 in the morning right here on Wish TV. The Colts are heading to Foxborough this week for joint practice with the New England Patriots. This is ahead of the first preseason game against the team on Thursday. Quarterback Daniel Jones looks like he's back to normal after his season-ending injury last year. But there is still a big question about who's going to be his backup. Head coach Shane Steichen plans to have both Riley Leonard and Anthony Richardson play this week. Richardson still has an active trade request, but says he is focused on getting better.
Man, that's what the team wants. That's what I want. I just want to be able to, help a team. If it's this team, then I thank God for it. I'm just ready to showcase what I can do and just, be a winning piece to help the team win. Reps are reps. Regardless if I'm with the first, second, or third team, my reps count, and I got to make them count. I haven't necessarily been thinking of it more of a quarterback competition because I feel like if I'm putting my best foot forward, then the team will make a decision that's a betterment for the team. But I just feel like I'm trying to progress.
I think every day those guys are battling. Someone's got to win a job and go take it. And those guys are back and forth. And we'll continue to work that through camp and see where it goes.
The game against the Patriots will kick off Thursday at 7:30 in the evening.
So here I stand at the top of the mountain, the pinnacle of greatness, the highest achievement in my professional career. And I can officially say my biggest dreams have come true.
That's a great soundbite, but it's not the one we should have played. The one about Pat McAfee holding his balls is a great one. Former Colts kicker Adam Vinatieri, now officially one of the greats. The NFL inducted him into the Pro Football Hall of Fame over the weekend. Vinatieri played 14 seasons with the Colts, 24 seasons overall in the NFL. He finished his career with 4 Super Bowl titles and is the NFL's all-time leading scorer. Former Purdue quarterback Drew Brees was also enshrined into the Hall of Fame. Brees has the second most passing yards and touchdown passes in league history, only after the evil Tom Brady.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.